Joanna's not gonna like this. All we've got is that he might be out there somewhere, and he might be in the railroad. Not exactly a resounding success.
Don't worry. We'll get to the bottom of this.
Can't believe you eat that food. Only one thing worth buying in the dugout.
Is that you?
Man's gotta eat. What can
Chip?
I say?
Well, hey there! Heard you were back in town. It's so good to see you. How are you doing? Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm good. Sorry, I didn't expect to... I heard about Quincy, and...
Oh, I wasn't at Quincy.
You weren't?
No, it's... Listen, can we talk? Maybe I could buy you some noodles or something? What do you say?
Sure. Yeah, sounds good. There's just something I need to do first. Why don't you wait for me there, and I'll come find you?
Sure, no problem. Take your time.
Oh, sorry, this is Chip. He's an old friend. Chip, this is...
Yeah, I know who you are. It's really great to meet you, and I'm sorry about your son and what you went through. I really hope you find him.
I think you have me confused with someone else.
Do I?
It's all right. Why don't you grab us a couple of seats, and I'll be right over.
Sure. Okay, see you there. And again, good to meet you, I guess. Good to see you too, Nick.
Take care.
Sorry about that.
What was all that about?
Nothing. Don't worry about it. Come on, let's go see Joanna.
This is news.
I need to talk.
No one else in Diamond City may care about the news.
I am in
My
middle of
paper
story.
does.
So then,
Except
I am
your
crossing
paper
river,
doesn't give a damn
wearing
about
nothing
getting
but a
people
smile.
killed, does
When
it?
out
Kyle's
the
blood
most
is on your
dangerous
hands.
of all sea monsters.
You can voice the
In
blame
my
however you
work.
want. Doesn't change how things stand.
Come on.
There's a very real
That's
chance
like 2 out
the
of
city
10 points
leadership
of danger.
has been
So noble.
You know what?
You're
Never
never
mind. Vadim, I need to talk. Vadim! You know what? Never mind. I'll handle it myself.
You there. Except your paper doesn't give a damn about getting people killed, does it? Kyle's blood is on your hands.
You can voice the blame however you want. Doesn't change how things stand. There is a very real chance the city leadership has been infiltrated by an Institute synth. And I'm not just gonna stand quietly by and act like it's okay.
Oh, for God's sake. You think you are so noble. You're not the first person to go around hawking your trash in Diamond City. And it's always the same. Feed on people's paranoia. Their bloodlust, their hatred, whatever it is. Give them what they want and then watch the caps roll
What
in.
they want? I'm trying to give people what they deserve. The truth.
The truth. You brainwash people into thinking their loved ones are synths. And you call it the truth? That isn't what people deserve. What they deserve is to be free of parasites like you.
And who's gonna stop me? You?
All right. Calm down.
Maybe I should.
Whoa!
Shit!
How many lives would I save by putting a bullet in you right here?
Seriously?
Now
Joe?
hold up a second.
What the hell are you doing?
Kate, are you with me or not?
Gonna be like that, huh? Blue, you with me?
Whoa. Let's calm down and talk about this.
Joe, please, it wasn't her fault.
You read the story. She's the reason Kyle drew his gun on him.
Come on!
No, she isn't. Listen to me. We got a lead on Riley at the sluice. I know why he and Kyle were fighting. It's got nothing to do with the paper.
Then What?
Let's go outside and I'll tell you everything. Just put the gun down.
Listen to reason.
Whatever you found out there, she pushed him over the edge.
This is ridiculous.
Even if that's true, she's not the reason he got there in the first place. Please, you don't want to do this. You know what the guards are going to do. It's not going to bring Kyle back.
So let's all just calm down now.
Please.
Fine. But I'd watch myself if I were you. I've only just got here, but I already know there are plenty of people out there who'd love to see you gone.
I'll bet. Print lies and everybody's happy, but if you print the truth... I'll be home if you need me.
Sure, we'll talk later.
So, are you going to tell me what you found, or not?
Is there somewhere we can go?
Just tell me he's alive.
As far as I know, yes. But I think it's better if we talk in private.
Fine. Mayor's given us a house over in the West Stands. Says it's been empty for a while. We can talk there.
That's so.
What was that?
The man who killed my husband, he
lived there?
Yeah.
Well, unless you believe in ghosts. I don't think that's going to be a problem. Come on. You lead the way.
This is terrible. But damn, you read the paper? Damn sense. Hiding among us. Don't bother, pal. I ain't seen nothing, I ain't heard nothing. You watch your step. Got my eye on you.
Okay. So tell me what you found.
What the hell, Joe? You were really going to kill her?
Oh, for God's sake.
Helping you find Riley is one thing, but I didn't come all the way down here for you to go on a rampage.
A rampage? All we did is talk.
Are you serious? You could have gotten yourself killed.
I had it under control. And you're right. I brought you down here to help me, not to lecture me. So for the last time, where is Riley?
He was at the sluice, we know that much. But he's not there anymore. It looks like he might be in the railroad.
The railroad?
Yeah, we met a couple of their agents who were looking for him as well. Apparently he disappeared while helping a synth, but they didn't know anything about him apart from what he looked like. But now they know who he is, hopefully they'll be able to track him down. So we just have to wait.
That's it?
That's it.
I knew I should have gone down there myself. The railroad. Riley, who still couldn't tie his shoes when he was 17. Riley, who'd shake like a leaf every time we went outside the wall. That Riley? In the railroad?
Look, trust me. I thought the same as you, but it explains why Kyle... Maybe he found out. Maybe that's why he thought he was a synth.
I know why he thought he was a synth.
Look, it kinda makes sense, doesn't it? Why he was leaving the city, why he and Kyle were arguing. He even knew what their code phrase was. Maybe he's changed.
What do you think, Nick? Nick.
Huh?
What's wrong?
Wrong? Oh no, nothing's wrong.
So, what's your take? Is he in the railroad?
I guess we'll just have to see.
Okay. So, what do we do?
I guess we just have to hope their people turn something up.
Great.
Look, I'm sorry, I don't know what else to do.
Hey, chin up. I know the night just got darker, but it won't last forever.
50 years, and you still use the same old lines.
But it's true.
Look, you're right. I'm sorry. I know you did your best. It's just not easy having to wait.
I know. In the meantime, we can still ask around. We can try Good Neighbor as well, see if they know anything.
I'd rather go with you.
Are you sure you're up to it?
You all right?
Yeah, we had a run-in with a few troublemakers on the way down here. Caravan doctor patched me up, but it'll take a few days. I'll be fine.
I'm sure the railroad will be keeping an eye out in Good Neighbor anyway. But no harm in heading over there ourselves when you're ready. Sluice is nearby if you want to go there too. See it for yourself.
Didn't you say it's in a sewer?
Yeah, takes some getting used to. And they really had it in for Nick when we got there.
Why?
That vault Ellie was talking about is right around the corner from them. Apparently it's been taken over by some big mob boss and they blame Nick for it. Guy named Luca Petrelli. The way they talk about him, it's like they think he's about to invade any minute.
Petrelli?
You know him?
I did. A long time ago. We both did.
Who is he? I mean, they said he was controlling the sewer tunnels, but we barely saw any of his crew.
Don't let that fool you. He's dangerous.
He used to run Good Neighbor. At least he did when I moved to Milton, but it sounds like things have changed over there, so I don't know. Either way, if you're saying Riley isn't at the sluice anymore, then it isn't really our concern.
I mean, apart from the people who are going to get back to us if they hear anything. But yeah, I know what you mean.
So I suppose there's nothing else to do but wait and keep asking around. Is that right?
Pretty much. If he's out there, I'm sure they'll find him. Could be he's lying low at one of their safe houses after what happened with Kyle. Listen, I just bumped into a friend when we got back into town. He's waiting for me over at Power Noodles. We can talk more when I get back, okay?
If you say so.
And obviously I'll ask him about Riley. You never know. And thanks for your help. It was great working together. I'll keep an ear out for the radio message. Hopefully it won't be too long.
Well, no point sitting around here. I think I'll go for a walk. Seeing this city again has definitely been interesting. And thank you, both of you, for watching over Caitlin.
Sure thing.
Happy to help.
Why don't you come find me when you have a moment? I'm sure you've got some questions, and I've got one or two of my own, truth be told.
Guess I'll head on home then. You two stay out of trouble.
Hey. You sure you want to travel with me?
Come on. Of course I do.
Let's go.
Sure. What the hell?
Excuse me.
Let's find a quiet spot to talk.
Squatters! Right here! Their skull bashes in the Commonwealth!
Don't walk outside the wall undefended. High-quality protection for sale.
Self-prescribed chems, as recommended by me, myself.
Guess you were surprised to see me.
What do you think? I thought you were posted at Quincy. I didn't realize you...
I mean, aren't you glad I did?
I don't know.
But hey, we're here, right? So you're sticking around this time, or...?
Until we find Riley, I guess. Did you ever talk to him? Did he ever mention going somewhere or anything?
No, I never really spoke to him.
Is there anything you can remember? Anything you saw?
No, but I haven't really been around here much, to be honest.
What do you mean?
Back to the old life.
Really? After all that stuff about going out there and doing something exciting and interesting with your life.
Trust me, dodging raiders on the road is plenty exciting.
Yeah.
You okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Guess you were surprised to see me.
What do you think? I thought you were posted at Quincy. I didn't realize you...
I mean,
Caitlin?
aren't you glad I...
Sorry. Do you mind? We're kind of...
Hey, no, it's fine. Come on, take a seat. Caitlin's been telling me about your adventures at the sluice. Heard they turtled up after those raiders were prowling around the common. Real good to know they've opened up again. Heck of a lot of salvage down in those tunnels. Loads of stuff people on the surface would gladly empty their pockets for,
Can we focus on Riley, please? Are you sure you haven't seen him?
Sorry. No, not since that thing with his brother. But like I said, I haven't been around here much, so...
It's like he's just vanished into thin air.
I mean, I hate to say it, but... You know what everyone points to when someone disappears, right?
I don't even want to think about what that would do to her.
Yeah. So you had no idea he was her... You know, not quite son?
She's never really been one for sharing. Only laid it out once she heard about Kyle. So
now what?
I don't know. There are some people at the sluice who said they'll look for him, so I guess we'll see what happens.
Who?
Just some scavengers.
Okay, but I mean, that's only going to be useful if he's underground somewhere, right? What about Bunker Hill or Good Neighbor?
We stopped at Bunker Hill on the way down here. No one knew anything. We'll try Good Neighbor when Joanna's recovered. I don't want to get her hopes up, but you never know. Either way, the people at the sluice said they'd be looking everywhere, so...
But why would they look for him?
They do a lot of trading in the towns, and they've worked with him a few times. So they offered to keep an eye out in exchange for some caps, you know?
Huh. I mean, if I'm being honest, that sounds like an easy grift to me. Caps for twiddling your thumbs? Never known a scav to say no to that.
No, trust me. They're looking for him.
Uh-huh. What do you think, in your professional opinion? Think it's a good idea to let your client rely on some random scavs?
At this point, I'll take all the help I can get.
I bet. Well, here's hoping it's worth the money, because I've wrangled with them enough times to know they'll spin anything to get your last cap.
Good to see you haven't changed.
I mean, I'm back to selling desk fans and coffee cups, so I guess not.
You a traitor?
Try to be. Been operating out of Bunker Hill lately. Not that I'm in Stockton's little clique or anything. Not yet, anyway. Gotta work my way up to hiring some protection before I can take on the longer routes. I mean, just going between Diamond City and Bunker Hill is bad enough.
Why don't you tell her what you really are?
What do you mean?
What? You left Diamond City to be a junk trader?
Doesn't everyone? Besides, I quit.
Chip used to be a Minuteman, in case you're wondering.
Really?
Thanks for that. Well, no point in denying it. Yeah, I was posted at Quincy before moving to one of the smaller settlements. But you know the story, right? People started walking away. Whole squads gave up. And charging towards a signal flare by myself didn't seem like a good idea, so... Did you tell her about your dad?
I said he used to be a Minuteman, and...
Sorry, I didn't mean to.
No, it's fine. Look, no offense, but I don't really know you all that well, so...
Sorry.
Don't worry about it. It's just, seeing you, it kinda brought things back. Listen, I'd rather just talk things through with Chip, if that's alright. There's some stuff we need to catch up on.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, hope you don't mind. Maybe we can talk again some other time?
What's wrong?
Nothing. Chip and I just need to talk through some things.
Fine. I'll come back later.
Thanks.
Before you go, though, there's just one more thing. Is everything okay with Nick?
Something wrong?
I don't know. It just seemed like there was something off about him.
You mean apart from being a robot in a trench coat?
I mean... like, when we got to the sluice and talked to the guy in charge, he just sort of froze up. And then with Joanna, when we got back, it's like he was somewhere else. And just the way he... I don't know, just seemed different. What do you think? Is it just me, or did he seem a bit, you know, not quite with it?
What do you know about him?
I mean, Joanna talks about him a lot. Plus, I knew him when I lived here, so I know his story. I know how old he is. Definitely looked a bit more banged up than I remember. I'll ask Joanna to talk to him before he heads out again. She knows him pretty much better than anyone. Used to help the mechanics patch him up back in the day, so she might be able to do something.
Well, if he needs any spare parts, I've got plenty of clothes hangers and plastic forks he could use.
Funny. Anyway, I'll let you know when I hear from the sleuths. That holotape I gave you is one of those remote E2 types. The ones that can send and receive messages. As long as it's near your Pip-Boy. So I'll be able to send a message to you, and it should get saved onto the holotape. Useful in case your radio receiver starts acting up. Anyway, the people at the sleuth said it might take a few days, so I guess we'll see what happens. Either way, thanks again for your help.
You okay?
Yeah, I just need a minute. It's not just seeing you again. It's everything that happened down there. God, you should have seen the ferals in the tunnels. I've seen groups of them before, but nothing like this. Can't imagine living down there with that on your doorstep. I mean, there's probably a horde of them right below our feet, like right here.
Maybe we ought to go to the dugout instead. Get a drink.
God, you won't believe what just happened in there.
What?
Joanna, she... You know what? I'll tell you later. I just need some peace and quiet for a couple of minutes.
Sure.
Well, they thought. Latest hairstyles. From
Heard
the
you rescued
upper stand.
Valentine. Good work. Those synths scare the hell out of me.
Is Mayor McDonough telling the
He ain't
truth?
like those
What does he
Institute
have to hide?
psychos.
Read the public for the hard questions.
Hey, I think those Bulbrough brothers are looking for me.
Anything for an upper stand restaurant.
This is what I like about you, Wellingham.
So, what do you think of it? Diamond City.
It's great to see people rebuilding civilization. There's a real sense of hope.
I suppose it'd take seeing the end of the world for this place to seem hopeful. It's strange being back. Never thought I would be. Too much... well, just too complicated. But I guess I should have. Just to see the boys one more time.
What happened?
Where do I start? I knew I'd never replace their real mother. Not that I ever tried to. But after living on the road, it just felt good to have something solid. A husband, even though we weren't married. Children, even though they weren't mine. But I guess that wasn't what I really wanted. Staying in one place, living one life. See, after my dad died, I decided to take off. Joined up with a merc group and headed south. It was good at first. Went down to Quincy, Rockland, Plymouth. That was where I met Stephen and his boys. Being with them, I guess it seemed like a compromise. Have a family, but still be able to escape if I wanted to. Anyway, that's when things started to get difficult down south. The mercs I was running with weren't the same. It used to be about protection, tech salvage, exploration. Maybe the odd assassination, but only for people who deserved it. Then it became about expansion, control, slaughter. Stephen and I took the boys and came up to Diamond City, and things were good for a while. But I guess it was only a matter of time before I wanted that escape again, and things weren't working out with me and Stephen anymore. In the end, we decided it'd be better if I just left without telling the boys. That it'd be easier not to have to explain why. Riley was 17 at the time. Maybe he'd have understood, but Kyle was only 9. Looking back, I'm not sure we made the right choice. Of course, you only realize when it's too late.
That's a hard choice to make. I don't envy you.
I just want to tell Riley that I didn't leave because of him or Kyle. That they didn't do anything wrong, or just to explain why I went. Not that I'm sure how that would have gone. At least it was easier with Nick, telling him why I was going. But then again, it always was. We had our differences, sure, but in the end I knew he always had my back. More than any human I can think of. I'm guessing he told you about how we met.
Let's hear it.
Back then, people were still talking about the broken mask. The thing that damn article was dredging up. It happened right down there, by the noodle stand. I was probably about 8 or 9. I remember one of the guards pulling back the gunman's face. You grow up thinking the wall will protect you from anything. But seeing that plastic and metal underneath, well, it felt pretty damn useless after that. And then it was a few years later when synths took out a group of settlement leaders, Mayor of Diamond City included. So you can imagine my reaction when I saw Nick for the first time. And by the way, if he told you I'd been kidnapped, that's not entirely true. It was more like I ran away with someone I shouldn't have. Him and his asshole friends. We all do stupid things when we're kids. And there he is. He doesn't kill them, doesn't hurt them, just scares them off. The one time I wanted a synth to go on a killing spree and he doesn't do it. I guess that's why I didn't run. I mean, those eyes coming out of the dark, that plastic face. But when he spoke, I don't know. There was something about him. I realized he wasn't the broken mask I kept seeing every night. He brought me back here, and lucky for him, my dad was the new mayor. Furious as hell at me, of course, but showering Nick with praise. I'm sure I don't need to spell out what everyone thought of him at first, but eventually he started winning them over. Well, some of them. Later, he told me it wasn't really him. It was Nick, the pre-war cop in his head that everyone liked. Took a lot to convince him they were one and the same. Not sure he ever truly believed it. Anyway, there were still plenty of people protesting about Nick being in the city. Dad did end up winning the next election, but only just. And that's when things started going south.
What happened after that?
What happened after that is I decided to take a load off and get something to drink because I'd been yapping too damn long. Look, I know Nick's been helping you find your boy, so I'm probably not telling you anything new here. But he's not like anyone I've ever met before. Is that Nick the cop, or does it take being a synth to stand apart from all the assholes this place has to offer? I don't know. But I bet he risked himself to help find your boy, and never asked for a cap in return.
That's right.
You mind me asking what happened? Did you find your boy?
I did.
That's real good to hear. I just hope Riley's out there somewhere. And he's okay. Never expected he'd join the railroad. I mean, I encouraged him and Kyle to get to know Nick. To know that not all synths were monsters. But to actually join the railroad. Maybe Caitlin's right. Maybe he has changed. It's been 25 years for me, but she'd have seen him the last time she was down here. Not that she ever knew him very well, or knew that I was his stepmother. Never told her about my past until I heard about Kyle and asked her to come down with me. And in case you're about to ask me about her, don't. I've been yammering on so long, I feel like I'm about to lose my voice. Same with Petrelli. If you're going to ask me about him, Commonwealth's always had its gangsters and mobsters, and he's no different. And thank you for agreeing to find Riley. Here's hoping this railroad lead pans out.
Whatever.
I may have been programmed to serve, but in your case, I shall do so disdainfully. Let me know when you're ready to order.
Extra, extra. Is your neighbor really human? We have the exclusive...